America has a storied history of how best to motivate its workers. From Henry Ford's extraordinary $5 a day salary for his factory workers 100 years ago, to today's Google employees who receive free meals and on-campus concierge services, this country has remained steadfast and creative when it comes to developing motivational tools that encourage its workers to work harder, faster, and better. Motivational tools can be grouped into two categories: extrinsic rewards and intrinsic rewards. Extrinsic rewards are tangible and visible to others and are given to employees based on the performance of specific tasks or behaviors. These can include salary, company stock, bonuses, flex time, time off, or milestone gifts for years employed. Intrinsic rewards are the natural rewards associated with performing tasks or activities for its own sake. These can include: the employee feels that their contributions to the company are valuable and valued. The employee views their work as satisfying, even fun. The employee feels secure in their position. The employee believes that their work positively contributes to society in general. The employee believes that they have a satisfying amount of autonomy. In practice, a mixture of both extrinsic and intrinsic rewards is highly desirable to American workers. Let's take a look at extrinsic and intrinsic rewards in action. Meet Mark Timberlake. He is a frontline manager for a well-known high-tech company in Silicon Valley. He oversees a department of 15 engineers and technicians.
Tell me a little bit about how your company rewards its employees.
Generally, as a company, when we do well, all of our employees reap the benefits. And if we meet our quarterly goals, our board usually distributes bonuses accordingly.
Well, you appear fairly inclined to perform well on the job. How do you motivate your team to give 100% every day?
Well, it's such a great place to work, I don't have to do much. I'm kidding, of course. But seriously, I am always taking an active role in seeing what my team is up to and how they are doing. This gives them, I believe it gives them a sense of home.
How do you reach out to your team and show them that you care and that you always have their best interest at heart?
A big motivational key is when I let them take on more responsibilities. And this enables them to acquire new skills and take on a larger role in our department and eventually the company, of course.
You know, we're starting to see a lot more companies looking at the well-being of the families as a whole and to not push the employees to work so hard so that they'll have balance of work and life. How are you doing your part?
Yes, well, time off is another motivating tool which I use. And when they do an awesome job or finish up a tough project on or below budget, then 3-4 day weekends is the norm to celebrate and relax.
A topic of conversation is always compensation and benefits for employees. How do you see that as a motivational tool in the workplace?
Well, some say that money isn't a motivator, but I believe it is to some extent, and comparable compensation for employees will always keep them happy.
Next, meet Jacqueline Howell, a young working mother living in Chicago.
Hey, Mom.
How was your day, honey?
It was good. The new music teacher is so awesome. We have a concert coming up. Do you think you could take me shopping for a new dress?
We will have to talk about that later. We still have all the costs for your Washington, D.C. trip coming up in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I forgot about that. What's for dinner?
Your favorite, pasta.
Yes!
My name is Jacqueline Howell. My friends call me Jackie, and I've been a home manager for almost 8 years.
Can you tell us a bit more about yourself?
I graduated from Vassar, and I worked for 3 years as an accountant until I met my wonderful husband. After we had Rachel, we decided I would stay home a bit. I still work part-time, but out of my home office.
As a homemaker and a supermom, what motivates you to work so hard?
The title Supermom in itself gives me happiness. But really, the fact that I'm making a positive difference in my family's life is all that really matters to me. I'm there for them. I know what's going on in their lives, and I can provide advice and support whenever it's needed. And of course, the smiles on their faces gives me the strength I need to work hard, especially Rachel's. We hope that someday she'll be a happy and accomplished adult and maybe someday be able to return the favor.
Do you use rewards to motivate your daughter?
Oh yes, I do. When Rachel does well in sports or in school, we sing her praises. Last year, Rachel made straight A's, and we posted her report card on the family's website. Phone calls came in from all of her aunts and cousins congratulating her. And when Rachel keeps her room clean and does all of her chores without complaining too much, we take her out to dinner. We hope that someday we can just continue helping her with her accomplishments, and we really do appreciate all the work she does in life and at home.
However, in general, people prefer a mixture of extrinsic and intrinsic rewards for motivation. In 2002, a Virginia Tech graduate by the name of Dallas Newman started a small software company that developed a program that revolutionized the computer graphics industry. He sold the company 2 years later for $300 million. Just 1 year later, he founded Artemis Space Systems, a multi-billion-dollar company that manufactured solar-powered rockets. That same year, Newman married supermodel Jessica Wellington. Dallas Newman turned 40 last month.
So how was your day today?
Oh, it was wonderful. I had such a great time shopping with the girls. I bought a new purse. I bought a couple of new pairs of shoes. I bought 4 new outfits. And I got a manicure and pedicure. So all in all, it was just another day in paradise.
That's great, babe. So are you ready to go down to the marina and take out the yacht?
Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Can we also go to that new Japanese restaurant afterwards?
Why don't we bring Chef along with us on our cruise? He can prepare some tempura for us while we're gliding underneath the Brooklyn Bridge, sipping French champagne.
You are the most incredible man.
Mr. Newman.
Please call me Dallas.
Dallas, by anyone's definition, you are a very successful individual. You have a net worth of over $50 billion, making you one of the wealthiest people in the world. What do you do to motivate yourself to keep working so hard?
I don't know. Certainly making massive amounts of money is attractive. But, I can afford the things that I love. The race cars, the yachts, the Caribbean islands. But truth be told, the biggest motivating factor for me is to make my mark on the world. When I was a child, I had 2 passions, wanting to transform the world into a better humanity and making money. It wasn't until I entered college that I found a way to combine the 2.
Can you tell me a bit about your first company?
I started my first business because I saw a point at which I could revolutionize the video gaming industry and keep thousands of programmers working. Then I started the solar rocket enterprise. And I started this because I saw that conventional rocket engines damaged the environment. And I knew that if man wanted to live in space, then they would have to use my product to do so.
So you see yourself as a philanthropist.
That's in the strict sense of the word. More like a puppeteer, a benevolent puppeteer that wants to make the world a better, more fascinating place. That is the idea that compels me to work the way that I do.
How do you keep your employees motivated?
We do fascinating things at the company. History-altering things. Right off the bat, I tell everybody, if you don't wake up every morning with a fire in your belly and your afterburners on, then you should probably find another place to work. The second thing I tell them is this. If you want to start your own company one day, then do it. I'll help you. Show me your 5-year plan, and if I like it, I'll invest in it. And then you can go out there, set up shop, and become one of our suppliers. We make fairly complex products, and frankly, I'd rather have someone out here who already knows who we are and already knows our requirements. Trust me, the best way to motivate people is to have him or her make their own fortune.
To summarize, motivating today's workers is a complex task that must be approached on several levels. The most common motivational tools can be grouped into 2 categories: extrinsic rewards and intrinsic rewards. Extrinsic rewards are tangible and visible to others and are given to employees based on the performance of specific tasks or behaviors. Intrinsic rewards are the natural rewards associated with performing a task or activity for its own sake. In practice, a mixture of both extrinsic rewards and intrinsic rewards is highly desirable to America's workers.